Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to week 15, and this is going to be our last week of material before our final exam, which would be next week. So for this week 15, we're going to be covering sections 5.4 and 6.1 to finish out all the material for this class and our learning unit. So let's go ahead and go through the module overview and learning objectives to see what's going on for these two sections. So for week 15, we're going to relate area to definite integral, interpret the meaning of a definite integral using the concept of accumulation, find the area bounded between two curves, and solve applied problems related to area between two curves. So the following assignments to be completed for this week's material are going to be watching the section 5.4 and 6.1 lecture videos. We're going to complete the XYZ homework 18 and 19 assignments. We're going to have an XYZ quiz, our last quiz for 5.4-6.1, our last self-check for 5.4-6.1, and we're going to have our last lab, which is lab 10. That'll be due next week, and our discussion for lab 10, which is also due Sunday and Monday. Okay, so if you're watching this video, you know you can always find this video below in this module overview section. So let's go ahead and go through learning objectives for each section. So 5.4 is about the definite integral and area. And in this section, we're going to relate area to the definite integral and interpret the meaning of the definite integral and accumulation. Okay, so here you will find lecture videos for this section. You'll get an introduction, example 1, example 2 and 3, and example 5. In the notes, we are skipping example 4, but I'll also say that in the lecture videos as well. But make sure to watch these, and these go along with our self-checks as well. Okay, so moving on to section 6.1, areas of regions in the plane. So in this section, we're going to expand on the idea of area underneath the curve and find the area bounded by two curves, so two different functions. We're going to find the area between those and some applications as well. So here's our lecture videos for section 6.1. Once again, we have a brief introduction of what area between two curves is, and of course, some subsequent examples, example 1, example 2, example 3, and example 4. And then that's the content for this class. So let's go ahead and finish that material strong. And once again, for this week, our self-checks just align with the lecture videos. So for the self-check, you're going to want to submit example 2 from section 5.4. You can find it labeled in the lecture videos, like here's example 2, as we just saw. And section 6.1, I want you to submit example 2 and then example 4. Okay, so they're labeled on the lecture videos. Once again, you can just look those up, watch them, write them down, and submit them. Okay, so that will be due this Thursday. And the XYZ assignments, our last XYZ homework assignments. Our final will be XYZ exam, but for homework assignments, these are our final XYZ homework. So homework 18 is for 5.4 and homework 19 is for 6.1. Just a couple questions each, and go ahead and complete those by this Friday. Okay, so moving on to our last quiz. So section 5.4, 6.1 quiz. Just go, same rules apply, a 1 hour, 3 versions of each question, timed quiz, but it shouldn't take you an hour. Just a couple questions, only about 4. But make sure to get that done for this week. That'll be due next Tuesday. And lastly, our last discussion, this will be due this Sunday, the 8th, and Monday, the 9th is your responses. Same process as always, post a problem and respond to your peers for our last discussion. And lastly, our last lab is due next Wednesday, the 10th. Okay, so I know we're going into finals week with this lab, but make sure to get that done. Covers 5.4 and 6.1. And you can skip a couple problems, like you skip number 18 for 5.4, skip number 22 for 6.1. For 23 and 24, give it a try. Just doesn't hurt trying it out, see if you can get it right. And then for 20, give it a try as well. Here's a little hint, think about top minus bottom. Here's like the first part of that answer. But Other than that, that's our last lab. Make sure to get that done before the final. And that's pretty much it for this week, our last week of content. So hopefully you completed all of these assignments for this week's module. And this is how we finish the content for this course. So you've had basically a crash course in calculus. Hopefully you've enjoyed some things or maybe critically think a bit, enhance those skills a bit. And it's just going to get us ready for our final exam next week, which is comprehensive. So it's going to be material from this learning unit and then previous learning units as well. So stuff from exam one, exam two, and this chapters 5 and 6 material. Okay, but that's it for this content and video. And if you have any questions, let me know. But hope you enjoy your final weeks of the semester and try to try to relax, okay? But other than that, have a good one. Thank you. Bye.